Hello there, I'm Lubomira, and thank you for stopping by my channel. A very warm welcome to everyone. I'm always happy to see returning friends and ready to make new ones, so please make yourself at home, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. By hitting that little bell, you'll never miss out on any of the crafty goodness. Today is day 2 of my holiday card series, and I thought I'd dive into my stash and pull out some older supplies, but use them in a different way. For today's project, I am sharing a card using a non-holiday stamp and combining it with another stamp to make a holiday scene. I really like mixing and matching sets for a number of companies to get the most out of my stamps. The stamp I'm going to be using for my main image is from Sugar Pea Designs, and the stamp set is called Twinkle, Twinkle. It's an older stamp set that is still available through their main site at the time of this filming, and I think it's actually on sale. I used the main image of the sweet girl looking out of her window. I started off by stamping the image in black ink using my Misty. To cut this image out, I'm using my Brother Scan and Cut, but you can definitely do this by hand. This image is large enough without a lot of small details to make fussy cutting fairly easy. Since I am using an electronic cutting machine, I went ahead and closed some of the lines on the image so that the scanner would have an easier time identifying the area to be cut. If you notice, I'm leaving the window open so that it cuts the middle portion out, and that will be the key element in this design. Off camera, I had my machine cut the image so that I could color it next. For those that enjoy the coloring process, I've included in this video. However, you can definitely fast forward if you're not a coloring enthusiast. When I colored this image, I definitely channeled my inner child. I always wanted a pink room growing up, but my mom was a practical mom and said I'd grow out of it. Thus, I had white walls plastered with lots of my own creations. I'm pretty sure that if my husband wasn't a burly masculine guy, I'd have a pink room today. So much for growing out of it, huh? Anyway, I used Copic markers to color in my images. For those colors and a list of all my supplies, please see the description below. finished coloring, I used my colored image to mark the space where the opening of the window would be on a separate piece of cardstock. My intention was to create a window that would look out onto a Christmas sky, and I wanted to add color only in that place, leaving the remainder of the back panel white. I used pencil to lightly mark the space and then masked a slightly larger area using Post-it tape. I say slightly larger space because I wanted the color to fill in the window completely, but not go beyond the image's perimeter. I color blended a sky using Distress Oxide inks in the colors Tumbled Glass, Blueprint Sketch, and Chipped Sapphire. Since the area is small, the color went down very quickly. I didn't create the smoothest of blends, but rather variation of light and shadow. I kept the lightest color to the bottom while darkening the top edge in the darkest shade. Once I finished, I added some gold and pearl splatter with perfect pearls to create a starry night. No Christmas sky would be complete without Santa flying through the night air. I used the Santa sleigh silhouette from the Lawn Fawn stamp set Winter Skies to complete this scene. There are a number of different sets with similar images out there, but this is the one that I had on hand. Since I used Distress Oxide ink for the background, I waited a little bit before I applied embossing powder to it. I made sure it was dry by testing it out first by sprinkling some powder onto it and seeing if it stuck. If it was still wet, the powder would have stuck to the paper. Since it was dry, I went ahead and treated it with an anti-static tool, stamped it with Versamark ink, and applied black powder before heat setting it with my heat gun. A stitch border around the panel using a rectangle stitch die off camera and then glued down the panel to a white card base. I mounted my window to the front of the card using foam tape. This gave the scene a little bit more dimension and depth. Lastly, I added the sentiment Merry Christmas from the My Favorites Things Christmas Wish stamp set below my window using embossing powder. This is a newer set with beautiful lettering that caught my eye. I'm a sucker for stamps that combine script and typed or blocked fonts. I stamped the image using my Misty in Versamark ink. I applied liquid platinum embossing powder and heat set it with my heat gun. that's it for this card. So what do you think? I always love bringing new life to older stamps. I bet you'll find some stamps in your stash that you can transform into holiday scenes by combining different products. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be back tomorrow with another video in this series. But until then, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful night, and I hope life treats you kindly. Take care, my friends, and see you soon. Bye.